was able to finish him off. But meanwhile, Green Tea and AN are taking down the top lane inhibitor turret, so that sucks for Darling Yu. Illusion can't get in safely. That's a Leona Corky combo. You don't want going there.
Yeah, and there's only one person defending at that point. 3 people were in mid, one already died bottom lane. So easy math for AHQ, and they take the best scenario out of a bad situation right there. So a couple plays right there. We saw Rek'Sai going on in the Sivir, kind of ill-advised, not enough vision there. And Kokodai misplaying against Westworld pretty hard there. He wasted his ultimate and stayed underneath turret range for 3 shots. He probably knew he was dead by that point. But HQ getting the upper hand.
I do understand wanting to win slash LeBlanc, given that it would have been a pretty explosive kill. But wow, unlimited chunk down really hard by Westor.
That was even with the spell shield.
Yeah, that ate right through it.
So
Green Tea in position, but Green Tea, just barely avoids getting hooked. He also avoids getting the flay. Climate Rain's having a pretty bad day today.
Yeah, they're trying to do a Riven split push right here. I'm not sure it's going to be too helpful.
I wouldn't recommend it. There's too much pushing power on HQ side. Like, okay, Solar Flare goes down, but it does whiff. That was a bit of a mistake from Green Tea.
Yeah, and Zit doesn't have his teleport right here, so they're probably just going to have to give up the... Oh, no. Rek'Sai has teleport. Forgot about that completely.
It's Rek'Sai. He's going to be able to catch up to you. He gets the knock-up on Kukudai, but the teleport's going down from Maple Snow, so he's forced to back off while Kukudai's chasing him down. The ult should be back up, so Albus is actually in trouble. Westor is, however, in a position to take advantage of that. Albus does go down, but not without HQ taking double kill.
For me, that was a really WTF play, because there was no way the 2 of them were going to survive, so I'm not sure what calculations Darling Yu was making to make that worth it.
Yep. Green Tea flashes in with the center play to getting engaged on Unlimited. Illusion goes down as well. Green Tea picking up the kill for himself. So that was a strong play from the Leona.
That's an extended 4-for-1 plus Baron for HQ. Darling Yu really losing the cool here. These plays were... I can't imagine a scenario where they did the calculations and thought that they would come up on the upper hand in that situation. So I'm just thinking it's either a breakdown in communication or just some nerves getting to them right now.
Yeah, although to be fair, they're playing against AHQ, so I definitely expect some nerves. Free Baron for AHQ though, which only worsens Darling Yu's situation.
Yeah, we see right now there's a 12k lead for AHQ with the Baron buff. Right now it's just kind of the question of how HQ is going to use this 3-minute Baron buff. Either they're going to go for just a grouping like they did last time and try to land the Solar Flare this time, or they might go for some split push. I actually think they could go for some split push with Mr. Albus if he gets the tunnel in position close enough to an inhibitor turret. He could try to come into the fight pretty soon.
Indeed. Looks like Green Tea is making a move for Climate Rain. Just dropping the ward. Never mind. So, yeah, they're setting up for another dragon, and I think it's going to be another freer one, while Kukudai is trying to split push top again, but he's being met by Ziv very, very soon.
Yeah, third dragon, there's a cure for AHQ. Riven's pushing the lane out, but Darling Yu, Illusion is completely out of position, and they're just going to lose the turret right here.
They want nothing to do with Green Tea and AN, so that's a free turret for HQ again. That's a 6-3 turret lead, and Darling Yu is running out of map to play with.
Yeah, I really want to see how Rek'Sai is going to set up for the split push that's going to go around here. We see that he's already got his tunnels set up on the right side of the mid-second turret, so he can teleport there if need be.
Yeah, clearing out the tunnels. Albus just doing some poke damage. They're sieging the second mid lane turret, the last one on the map for Darling Yu that's not in their base, and that's free because they don't want to do anything to do with that Leona.
Yeah, they probably need to just give up all their outer turrets until the Baron buff is off at least.
Yeah, nothing they can do about
it. HQ going for the open and hit right here. I'm not sure. If I was a Darling Yu, I'd probably just give this up. It's going to be a really hard fight for them.
Well, they successfully chased on Ziv at least a little, but with HQ like packing in 5 minutes into the fight now. It's gonna be really hard to keep that inhibitor up. They probably
I
you're
think
right. They
HQ
should just
can
give it
go
up.
for this.
Yeah, they should. Yeah, they did.
Yeah. I think HQ could have actually punished Darling U there. I don't think they were aware that they were actually up 13k gold and 2 dragons. So if they just hard initiated there, I believe they could have won the fight.
They probably could have. A single solar flare on top of pretty much anybody on Darling U would finish off the fight. And the green team is, in fact, going down now. Kukudai is taking a whole bunch of poke damage. Westor is taking a huge chunk of damage from Illusion. It's forced to back off, but Illusion's dead as a result. Kukudai is still alive, just barely. He managed to just barely get away with less than 100 HP.
Wow.
Instead, a limited goes down. Ziv is dead to Maple Snow, but Maple Snow dies to AN as a result. Quiet Rain is also forced to back off, and he's being chased by Westor. The support of is... Oh, shoot! Westor dies! I spoke too soon!
Yeah, not the best catch from Westor, a little bit too cavalier, and also Kokodai actually messed up his Q3, so he wasn't able to escape very efficiently. Though he still got out with the last use of Valor right there.
The
and
was worth the gold.
Yeah, I was also really surprised that Albus managed to survive. At level 16, the Rek'Sai regeneration is actually 400 HP in a span of 5 seconds, which is incredibly ridiculous. And he was actually able to make it out alive just by burrowing.
Well done. It seems like Quiet Rain's picked up. What is that particle effect that's trailing behind him? Is that the Iron Elixir?
Oh yeah, or Iron Elixir. There's this little, I believe it's called the Trail of Courage. Actually, Quickshot just calls it the Park Trail, so.
Yep.
Gives a little speed boost to help with initiations.
Yep. Fall behind him and you'll catch up in no time.
I wonder if we're going to see Ann actually get taken out this game. So far, he's having a perfect game.
He's 10-0, and Green Tea's 5-0, but right behind him.
Yeah, and if he gets the Mercurial Scimitar, he's actually going to be incredibly hard to take down with double MR items at this point.
Actually, Green Tea has even more kill participation as AD carry does, which is actually pretty amazing given how everywhere AN's been himself.
Yeah, the early roams from Green Tea has just making a huge difference. Like, Westor was slightly behind in lane, but with 2 Green Tea ganks.
Mabel still caught out, the Lantern posted to safety, and to waste his Solar Flare, so that's good. That's a good bait by Darling U at least.
Oh, that looked a little weird. I'm pretty sure Green Tea got the E off, but somehow Maple Snow was still able to escape the CC and put the Lantern. I'm wondering if the CC stacking bug is still there, but
I don't think it is, but I think he clicked on it just before the CC landed.
So, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that might explain it. It looked a little weird there.
Siege going down on the top, the mid lane inhibitor turret. That's probably going to go to them for free because they really don't want to fight, even with the turret damage in their favor. So that's another free inhibitor. This is
like even Ann has gotten the Elixir of Iron. I'm not sure what he's trying to get that for. Oh, that's Tenacity, of course.
Yeah, Tenacity. It's a good pick, especially for him, given that he has the Bloodthirster and the Banshee's Veil to help him tank the damage. Is a good way to escape any real trouble. Flay attempt. That's a stab. It didn't do anything.
That's a good trick there from Fresh, just walking up and that sends another direction, but it doesn't look like it's going to help him too much.
Yep, turret is going down. Hook onto Green Tea, which is the last person they actually want to focus on. Solar Flare goes right on top of Illusion's head. Green Tea does in fact go down, but also so does Quiet Rain. Darling U is playing really tenaciously. AN actually goes down for the first time this game. Albus is, however, finishing off. Well, actually, quite frankly, Darling U's been aced. So even though AN's down, it's only a moral victory. They've lost this game.
Yeah, it was kind of a messy fight in the end, and I think everyone was just like trying to pick their own targets on HQ's side. You saw the Zin was just going in for Cassiopeia, and everyone was like, let's screw Ann, like he can do whatever he wants. And congratulations to HQ, we're playing a great game.
Victory at last.
Yeah, I think Darling View really needs to work on their bot lane. Like we've seen 2 games in a row where they just pushed the lane up and they got ganked. And those are things you really want to avoid. They're really easy ganks for the enemy team. And again, we saw Quiet Rain losing out in a bot lane. Even when he had wards, he didn't place them. They got caught out by the Rek'Sai again from behind. And Green Tea was able to dictate the flow of the top lane and the mid lane just by repeatedly ganking as a support. He didn't even lose EXP as a support. He was still up 2 levels compared to Quiet Rain, even with all that roaming. So, yeah, it's just a lot of. Actually, I think Kokodai played incredibly well for Riven versus LeBlanc mid lane matchup.
Oh yeah, he did fine. He did fine. I think a lot of the problem though was that Albus was able to get so many successive even ganks down a bot lane. It wasn't just like 1 or 2 kills, but kills in a row that managed to put the bot lane behind and allowed Green Tea to the time and breathing space to roam, knowing that his ADC would otherwise be safe.
Yeah, and Illusion wasn't able to snowball any of her her ultimates. The Vibe ultimate is incredibly important, especially the first 2 ones. I think it's called Batter and Assault.
Toys looks bored.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, but Vi used both of her first 2 ultimates in the bot lane, and she didn't actually manage to snowball or erase the deficit. So I think HQ just ran away with it just from their lead in the bot lane.
Yeah. All right, we'll take another 5-minute break, and we'll be back with the final game of Day 2, Week 1 of the LMS.
Okay, see you then.